What do we understand of the current situation and what we could see today?
Well, see, the evacuation efforts were on the way yesterday, and they're supposed to continue today. But as we heard from the Azov regiment, the Russians were actually disturbing the ceasefire. We saw the video with the aftermath of a shooting. The Russians shot an ATGM at an evacuation vehicle driven by Azov soldiers to take civilians to the meeting point. So there is a little bit of chaos on the ground, and we still don't know whether all civilians will be able to safely get out of the site.
Yeah, there is a real danger, isn't there, now that they can't be evacuated in time when the Russians will want to make some sort of statement about their success in Mariupol on the 9th.
Yes, they do want to make a certain statement, although Putin's spokesman Dmitry Peskov already admitted that it is impossible to hold any kind of real parade in Mariupol. At least that's what he said. What we see is that Putin is trying to justify the invasion at this moment with at least some gains he might gain in eastern Ukraine or in Ukraine south. Because we do remember that he initially wanted to seize most parts of Ukraine or the whole of Ukraine and to claim this as a win. But he failed, so that's what he gets right now, and he's trying to make his best out of it.
Look, there are reports this morning quoting a Russian official saying, and it's fascinating, saying that Russia would not use nuclear weapons in Ukraine, and they're quoted as saying a nuclear war cannot be fought and won. Now, this is a surprise, isn't it? Because it seems to be going against all the rhetoric that we've heard so far.
They have been saber-rattling, and they will be doing that on and on. But for now, it's all just talk. We heard multiple times statements by top Russian officials, senior officials, claiming one thing and then doing exactly the opposite. So our National Security and Defense Council Secretary, Alexei Danilov, earlier said that the world should be prepared. The world must be prepared for any contingency, including Russia using chemical, biological, or nuclear weapons against Ukraine or against its partners. So the threat remains in place. But we here on the ground, of course, we do hope that Putin will not resort to this step.
Meanwhile, President Biden of the United States has signed a new £150 million or dollar package for Ukraine. That is at least good news for you?
Of course it is. Any international aid, any lethal aid coming in is truly important. And what we're seeing in the past week is Russia's desperate attempts to disrupt supplies, to strike our infrastructure, to strike our railway infrastructure all across Ukraine, here in Western Ukraine, in Lviv region, and also in Central and Eastern Ukraine, because they see Western weapons as a real threat to their advance.
I'm fascinated that you're in Kharkiv. We've talked a lot about the city over the past couple of months, but personally, I don't think I've spoken to anyone who's been there. What is the situation like in Kharkiv?
I'm in Lviv, actually. It's Western Ukraine. The situation is here actually pretty calm, but we did have 5 missile strikes hitting the city just 2 days ago. And that was quite, it was really scary for the local population who didn't actually see the war coming into their city. But the strikes are really disturbing the population, of course.
Meanwhile, we still think of Mariupol as being the focus, I suppose, of Russian attention at the moment, especially, as we said, there are only a few days to go before the 9th, or a couple of days. What is the danger, do you think, of more people in Mariupol being killed, both Ukrainian defenders and the remaining citizens?
I believe the threat is real. The ongoing effort, the safe passage organized by the United Nations, the ICRC, and the Ukrainian authorities is underway. But we do not trust the words of Russian officials claiming that there will be a stable ceasefire while the attempt is ongoing. So we do think that the threat of these people getting killed in Mariupol is real. It is pressing. That is why President Zelensky is talking about negotiations, about international mediators, without elaborating about their names, who they are. But still, he's saying that the diplomatic solution is being sought to extract our military, our wounded military, and the bodies of those falling those battles from the site, from Azovstal in Mariupol, and to make sure that all civilians are safe. Children, the elderly, all the women that are there in the bunkers of Azovstal steel plant.
Welcome to the GB News YouTube channel. You can watch us live 24 hours a day, catch up on your favourite shows, and join in the conversation in the comments below.
Don't forget to subscribe and you'll never miss any of our exclusive content.